What's up, guys? It's a moment for me to meatless, and today I'm going to talk about digestive issues on a vegan diet and a simple way to solve them. I like to keep things really simple, right to the point, and so I'll just get right into it. So if you guys are having trouble digesting things, and I've experienced that somewhat myself, I mean, I've always had pretty good digestion. Like, I never realized that until I realized how much trouble some other people had with digestion. But I've always been able to kind of eat this or eat that, and I can digest it basically. But I have had, like, there's been times in my life where I was eating too much junk and I got like indigestion on a regular, like, daily basis. And I wasn't eating any greens at that point, and then I learned about greens, and then I started eating greens, and then that helped a lot. Before that, I was using I had learned about baking soda, and I started using baking soda, and which is horrible. Do not use do not use baking soda if you have indigestion. You can use it for certain serious, like, diseases for short temporary amounts of time with specific protocols. But if you don't know what you're doing, like, don't do that. But just to use baking soda on a regular basis, you're neutralizing your stomach acid. Your stomach acid is what digests your food. So if you're neutralizing your stomach acid on a consistent basis, you are destroying your digestion by weakening your stomach acid. So don't do that. But yeah, so with that being said, this simple tip or I should say these simple tips will help you guys if you're having trouble digesting food. Hopefully, they may not work for you, right? But if you're not doing them, give them a try and just see. And so number one is, before you eat, about 30 minutes or so before you eat, have some apple cider vinegar, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with water, not too much water, but enough water so it doesn't burn your throat, and so that you can bear the taste. And so that's number one. And that really helps just by itself, I've found. But also sauerkraut or kimchi, which is basically fermented cabbage, is really good. If you can add that to your meals, if you can add a tablespoon or two to your meals, then that really helps us as well. And then last but not least, greens. If you have, like, fresh, dark, leafy greens, not cruciferous ones like kale, but like spinach, bok choy, arugula is really good for digestion. Dandelion greens, if you have that. The list goes on, right? The list goes on. Tons and tons of different lettuces, but dark leafy greens are good, but not so much the cruciferous ones. I find that those don't help with digestion the same way, in my experience. But that's it, guys. Those are your tips. If you're experiencing any trouble digesting, if you're having, like, a lot of gas, if you're having indigestion, especially, if you're having bloating, then give these things a try, and I really think they'll help you guys. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll see you on the next one.